Hi, I'm Dr. John Shirk, and we're just putting together a few videos for you to help you get a little orientation to how to compete for talent with culture instead of wages. So let's start with just my background so you know a little bit more about me. I grew up in a family that did air conditioning. My grandfather was a technician. My mother worked for Johnson Controls for 40 years, but I took a little different path because I'm not very mechanical. So I went on an academic track, and I wrote a dissertation on job satisfaction in air conditioning technicians. And the dissertation I wrote essentially broke down what kind of commitment exists between a technician and the company they work for, and what can you expect as a result of it. So every technician is committed to their company with three components kind of interwoven. Some have more of one, some have more of another. The first component is desire. They want to be there. The second component is kind of a loyalty and fair exchange, right? They feel like they're getting what they're giving, and they're giving what they're getting, and there's a fairness going on there. And the third is it costs them too much to leave, whether it's dollars or benefits or for whatever reason, it would cost them too much to leave. And you could kind of guess, if we want to talk about where do you get your best effort and where do you get your best retention, the people who want to be there are giving you the best effort and have the least thoughts of leaving. The ones with the fair exchange are kind of in the middle. And then the ones that it costs them too much to leave, they're giving you the least effort and they're thinking the most about leaving, but they're not because it costs them too much to leave. So when I applied this model in my dissertation, I looked at various companies. It turned out there was an outlier. What's supposed to happen when I get really high scores for cost too much to leave, I expect effort to be very low. But in one company, the effort was off the charts high and cost too much to leave and desire were very high. And so it kind of broke the model. And so I went back and said, okay, so what's going on here? And what I found was that in that company, their culture was so strong and was so known for that culture across the city where that company is, that the technicians felt it would cost them too much to leave that culture. But the culture itself was driving high levels of effort and low thoughts of turnover. And that's really when the thought for me was born that it is possible for an air conditioning company to compete for talent with culture and not just with wages. And it's in a measured way that's possible. So as you look at these videos over the next few days as you get them, keep in mind that that's where I'm coming from. How do we, and I would encourage you as you get this video and start thinking about your own company, how do you compete for talent with culture instead of wages? I think it's pretty clear for most air conditioning companies these days, the competition isn't for business. Practically every owner I talk to says, look, if I had 5 more solid guys, I could do another $1 million, no problem. But they don't have those guys. So the real competition isn't for business, it's for talent. It's for technicians who know what they're doing, the guy who, doesn't make a mistake. So some other guy has to go out on a Friday night and leave his family at home because the first guy screwed it up. You know what I'm talking about. I don't need to explain it to you. But that's what these are going to be about. So until the next video comes, just start thinking about, how do I compete for talent with culture instead of wages? All right, I'm Dr. John Shirk. We'll see you in the next video.